Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 29 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as Julii. And welcome back to my more exciting of my two Rome campaigns that I'm currently playing. Yeah, this is the one where things are a little bit on the edge. I feel a little bit overextended up here in Condate Redinum after having my ass handed to me by the Britons in our first engagement. Their chariots did flank around and get into my rear units and collapsed my flank and beat the best army that I had at this point. This is my new best army, but as you can see, it's not full yet. It can probably beat the Gauls that it is headed towards. So it should be fine, but the rest of the units that this army wants to have inside of it, there are some, here, Light Auxilia here, Narbo Martius. There's some Auxilia and early legionary cohorts here, and then I'm training the Roman cavalry here in Lugdunum. Oh yeah, and I have, there they are, the two Roman cav and the war dogs. They'll be the last of those units. So this army, all the units that this army needs do exist, they just aren't all together yet. So can this army as it is defeat these Gauls? Yes, probably. Can one of these Town Watch get past this Gallic army and then blockade this port of Numantia? Hopefully. And then the Spanish army, can they be held in place until this army can come back and deal with them? And then can this army defeat them in its current state? I don't know about that. There's bull warriors in this army, and that's a little bit scary. So, I mean, that's my best chance though, right? This army is my best chance of holding on to, my southern territories. And I think that I do need to sort of remind myself that this is a priority. Narbo Martius and Massilia and Lugdunum, these are more of my core territories than Luminum and Condate Redinum. This is my overextension, right? The idea was, and still in a degree, is to take Alesia and Samara Briva to enslave these settlements so that I can use that population surplus to bring Luminum and Condate Redinum up to a large, settlement, large towns so that they can start to contribute to the war effort. And the tier 1 states that they are in, they are pretty useless. So I need to actually, I still have not built any of my own shrines yet, and I probably should do that now. I have money left. This is money that I have left over after putting in these training orders for these settlements, and if I have any money left over, I probably should look at training more units here in my eastern settlements. I was sort of avoiding that so that I didn't have to keep bringing guys over from these settlements, but just in the efforts to make this a bit faster, I should probably start doing that. Also, I probably should start to consider bringing over some of these people. My faction leader, this is talent that's being wasted here in my eastern provinces. He should be needed in my western territories. 5-star general, it's not nothing, so he should be out west. And you as well, 3 stars, not bad. I thought that you had, local hero is good, +1 morale. You should also probably be out west as well. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I should bring out those 2 men and then leave behind Cornelius Vitruvius. And you're young, 2 stars. You can hang out in these core territories and see if you can learn a thing or two about administrating these settlements. And then you can hang out up here. Yeah, I just kind of want you to be my buffer army against the Germans. And so far, that's been a pretty quiet front, so fingers crossed that does remain so. But I should start using these settlements. I do have a blacksmith in Arretium, so getting those infantrymen with that +1 attack is useful, obviously. I never got around to that here. No, I do. Yeah, so I do have a blacksmith here in Ariminum as well. Okay, yeah, so I can get that cavalry with a +1 attack as well. That's useful. I should be doing that, yeah. I should be doing that. Obviously prioritizing these settlements because it's closer to the hot spot. But whatever extra money I have should be spent on that. I have been able to put a little bit of money back into my infrastructure, which has felt good. And I should continue to look at that here, building a market here in Massilia. I am building an archery range, so I can get archers here in Narbel Martius as well. So it does feel good to get those buildings worked on. And that's it. Yeah, when I can, I should build highways here in Massilia and Narbel Martius as well. So I should try to save up money for that. But again, I do have to prioritize my military and getting those armies, those good armies out on the field. Because if I'm going to be poor, I got to be winning my fights. You know, I can't be poor and losing my fights. It's one or the other, right? So yeah, I need to make sure I have some good armies out on the field so that I can beat the Britons and beat the Gauls and beat the Spanish. And then build up the economy, I think, is sort of what I need to be looking at. Trying to do both, the economy and the military is, I can try, but it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit, that gray area is a little bit hazardous. But then again, you go too far in the economy and you end up with armies like this, which is a little bit haggard as well. And that's how I've ended up sort of losing some of these battles, is having pretty haggard armies. Yeah, so for now, for this turn, I still have a bit of money left to spend. Not enough to like build a forum in Ariminum or Batavium, and not enough to build those highways, but I can look at these temples. For instance, here, Shrine to Ebnoba, I mean, it is giving a 5% bonus to happiness. I'm sitting at 105 though, so I should be good if I destroy this. I should still be fine, I think. So sitting at 100%. And now let's get the Shrine to Ceres in to get that population growth, which is something that I should have done a little while ago. And that's obviously going to also help with the culture penalty as well. And then here also, yeah, I mean, what are we looking at here? 105, so same thing. And the question though is, how much do I want to invest in Cadate Redinum? Because how confident am I that this is going to be held? That's a little bit, that's the question, I suppose. This is the army that got spanked, and it's depleted for sure. This is a very depleted army. This is the army that was able to come in and sort of clean up the already weakened Britain army. And okay, like it's not a good army, but there are, 2 units of archers in there, so that's something. And there are some Hastati pretty banged up, but that, that's something there. I could recruit 1 barbarian mercenary. I don't know if that's worth the money. And then the question also on my mind is, do I bring over these 2 guys? Now, there's no command talent left in these guys. I don't know if they ever had any. I think they did have some, but then they lost that battle against the Germans, and so there might have been... Yeah, they might have lost something there. But it is tempting also to bring over these... It's not a good army. It's not. But there are 2 units of archers here, so that is something. And then, yeah, the 2 generals bodyguards units. It's just... I might just need that, to come on over to Cadate Redinum. What would be the, oh, it'd take forever, wouldn't it? And that's going through Gallic territory, if I went that way. If I wanted to go this way, though, it would take a little longer. Yeah, 4 or 5 turns. Gosh, I don't know. What if I just did it with them? If I just brought the cavalry, the 2 generals guys, and yeah, that might cut down a turn. I could bring up Quintus Julius. He is one of the last remaining men of my my old guard. It's on his way out. He probably doesn't have a lot of time left. He's a good commander though, and having him in Lugdunum just to sort of deter any attacks might be okay, but I think I do need to start bringing this army up to Cadate Redinum. That's just what my heart is telling me. Because knowing that all of my units for this army do exist, you know, they are trained up. What that means is that my next army can be stationed here in Lugdunum. So Lugdunum won't be empty for long. It will be garrisoned relatively soon with a pretty decent army. You know, I can bring up early legionary cohort and auxilia straight from Massilia, right? So that's good. Light auxilia from Noble Martius won't take too long to get there. And then yes, with the troops that I am training out east as well, like there will be an army existing here in Lugdunum in a short period of time. And then considering that I'm going to be prioritizing defending these core territories by stationing an army here with, you know, down here, and then also in Lugdunum, that means this is the spot that's a little bit scary, right? Like what, how do I just hang on to Condate Bretonum against all of these Briton armies? I think conventional wisdom says to abandon this area. Because there's 3 Briton armies in view, full ones, right? Now, with that being said, I don't know how much I can read into this, but these armies did look like they were going in the other direction. Like, this army kind of looks like he's looking at the Germans, does he not? You know? Like, I don't know if I want to read too much into that, but maybe the Britons are going to get a little bit feisty here. They're not allied with the Germans, correct? They're not. They're just allied with the Gauls and the Dacians. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. And considering that the Germans are at war with the Dacians, still, right? Yeah, they are still at war with the Dacians. The Britons might see this as an opportunity to help their allies. Okay. Maybe I can hold out here. If they just want to bring over, I mean, look at this. They haven't crossed the border yet with either of these 4 groups. And the question then is, do I leave this army here? There's still movement points here. I can come out to this far and hopefully put down a fort. Or do I want to keep this army closer to reinforcement range of this army? It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I feel like, I mean, an army, an actual army, and not just like a single unit of town watch in a fort might really deter them. It might. And how far, they just have to come around here, correct? I mean, there's no roads through this territory, so I would imagine this would take them a while to get through here. What would it be for me? Like if I wanted to do this, just to see if I wanted to come around here. Yeah, a few turns at least. So moving up and placing down that fort might be the way to go.
General.
Just to really deter them.
Out of mood, sir. Fortify position.
And they should not be able to get by that, hopefully. If they can, that would be a little bit awkward. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that that's an okay position for that fort and that... yeah, we'll see. I mean, considering that their chariots are their nastiest units, I don't see chariots doing very well in a fort attack. Now, could they just siege me out? Yes, they could. And... there is danger of that happening. How long would this last? Does it tell me? Yeah, it would be 3 turns. Is how long this would last. Okay, and I can hire mercenaries inside of the fort. Okay, that's kind of cool. Tempting. I think that, I mean, the Gauls feel like, here in Alesia, they feel like they're kind of bottled up. They haven't really been too adventurous since they've been sort of, pushed back in here. What does that skull mean? That means plague? They got plague here? Oh, snap. Oh, they're in trouble. Ooh, I don't want plague. I don't have plague, do I? Huh. Like, check you now. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's bad. I wonder why. I wonder if that's like why they've been so bottled up. I mean, you would think they shouldn't be because they should be trying to spread that plague to me, right? But yeah, I wonder because they've had some forces in here for a while. Because now I have an agent in here, do I not? Here in Alessia? No, I did not. No, that's a different. This agent somewhere else here. Yeah, that's where he is. Huh? Does anyone else have plague? Not that I know of. No signs of plague. No signs of plague. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. So, I think that with the money that I have left, I think I do want to put in a training order for early legionary cohorts and some Roman cavalry, and then the archer auxilia. Let's make sure that we lower taxes here in Patavium. And then I guess,
General! Orders?
do I even wait for those units? I don't think so. Let's just send you.
Forward!
Let's just send you and then you as well.
Imperator!
Just make your guys, just make your way over separately.
Moves depleted, sir.
And oh shoot. Okay, Patavium needed that guy to make them happy. Alright, what can we do then? Do we have people that... No, we did not.
Sir!
How about you guys? Okay, I might have made a mistake here.
Sir!
Araminum. Ah, you guys can't get there.
General!
So peasants can't get there from Araminum. Yikes, Mediolanium, if I lowered taxes, and then you only have one peasant, but if I lowered the taxes, you...
General!
Ooh, that's not good enough. 65%. Dang, ooh, okay, so what do I do then? The archers... Yeah, the people here are not happy. Patavium... Alright, let's check this out then. So squalor is a big part of it. If I could build those public baths, that could help. And... culture penalty. 5%. It's mostly squalor. It's just the fact that, yeah, there's 30,000 people here, and I have not built public baths. That's like the big part of this. Should I cancel all of those training orders and put in some public baths? It's only going to be ready in 3 turns, but I don't think that spending the money on peasant garrisons for Patavium is a really smart play. Ooh, damn. That doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good doing this, but I think that canceling that, yep, there we go, and then putting in for the public baths. I mean, if it's 100% squalor, like, this is what I need to do, right? Large Temple of Ceres. Ooh, damn, that's what I have here? Okay, I probably don't need the population growth bonus here in Patavium anymore, considering that they're already getting a lot from... No, actually, no, their population growth is 0%, so they are a little bit bottomed out, but... Huge City is the largest, correct? Yeah, so this is they are tapped out, so I don't need to get any more... levels of the Large Temple of Ceres. There's no point. So I should go either Bacchus or Jupiter just for increased... I'm pretty sure those temples both have more happiness bonuses. So Ceres taps out at 35, 45. This equals out to 25 percent, I think, for the happiness. 2.5, because you end up getting a happiness from the population growth, but that's going to be bad at this level, I think. 35, 45, so 60 total. And this is going to be 60, so 70 for Bacchus. Total, with some population growth, you know, including that. And then, yeah, 40, 60s, 70 also for Jupiter. So I should be going Jupiter or Bacchus here in Patavium. Yeah, yep. Okay, well, for now, though, I think public baths... Let's see, anything else? Arena would be pretty sick. I mean, the first initial boost is only 5%, but then you can start throwing games. You know, it costs money to do, but you can throw games to make people happier. Let's see here. I think I have to go with the public baths. 10%. It's not going to be done in 3 turns, but I may as well get going on it now. And then, yeah, I can't afford any peasants. Shoot. Shoot. I wonder... Okay, I wonder if there's any people like in... Oh, I can't even, like, pay any... Okay, you. Can you reach? Oh, no, you can't. But you can. Okay, yes. Okay. So let's bring down some more cav units. Let's do you, and then you, and then you, and then you, and then you. Is that all the cav? There's one more. Seriously? 70, that's only 70, that only brought you to 70%? God damn, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay, we might have a little bit of rioting here in Patavium. You can't reach. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. What about... Gosh, I don't want to bring... Bringing the town watch from the border forts does not seem like a good idea. No. Well, we're going to have some rioting here in Patavium. I'm pretty sure that the first turn will never result in a rebellion happening. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be fine. I just have to sort of make sure that it doesn't happen a second turn in a row, I think, is kind of how that works. So I can bring this army down a little bit closer so that it can reach the settlement in the next turn if it needed to. But I still want to keep them here in this province just to kind of keep an eye on things. Yeah, it's a little bit dicey. A little bit dicey. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, last things last. Let's, I guess... Alright, first, before I make the same mistake. So we're sitting at 85%. Obviously, I can lower taxes. And the garrison is accounting for 80% of the public order currently. So I gotta be careful here when I do this. So let's do this, leave the peasants. And then take everyone else. This just scrappiest of scrappy armies. And you, I guess you want to go that way. So let's just kind of pop out. Are there people here in this fort? Yeah, there are. Alright, so yeah, not happy. 20%, yikes. So, yep, got up to 70 by lowering taxes. That's a boost. And then Massilia, let's bring up Quintus Julius. And that should do the trick. And then Massilia is not happy. Alright, there we go. That looks okay. Alright, so I guess, yeah, you guys need to start making the trek. Can't afford any mercenaries? No, I cannot. But you guys start making your way on over. I would say don't go through Gallic territory. Yeah, let's go that way for now. Okay. Can be higher down here. Barbarian mercenary cav. 4 barbarian mercenaries. I feel like I haven't hired mercenaries in a while. Just because... Yeah, I've been broke and I've been trying to focus on my own, you know, my own internal needs. But I wonder up here if I just need mercenaries just to kind of hold the tide. Or maybe the Britons won't really make a move. Maybe they'll be chill. Fingers crossed. Also, before I end the turn, I was reminded that my fleets actually can join up here. So let's do this. So I think it's just that you can join this way, and that works. And wait, that doesn't work? Wait a minute, what's going on here? What? Can you not? Okay, what's going on here? Can they not join? I thought I was told that they can. He's a starred admiral. He is not a starred admiral. What kind of magic is this?
Fleet ready.
But then you can transfer, but then you can't.
Merging with the fleet.
But then
Fleet ready. Ready to sail. Ready to sail. Ready to sail.
yeah, okay. Okay, I don't know.
Ready to sail.
I thought that I was told that I can, and I clearly misunderstood the instructions. I don't know.
Captain.
I don't know. I thought, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. I thought that if there's a 0 star and then a 1 star that they could join this, you know, I thought they could join the 1 star. But, yeah, there's some mystery magic going on here. All right, let's just drop a save and let's just kind of figure this out. And yeah, they are not done. So they have 2 stacks looking at me right in the face, and that's scary because, yeah, my hope and dreams of like these guys looking at the Germans, well, no, they're back at looking at me. Yeah, they're back looking at me. So 1-star general, they do have chariots here. That's a beaten up unit of chariots though. Mostly we are looking at infantry, their warband, their slingers. Well, that's a beat up unit as well. So what do we have? Yeah, swordsmen as well. But the flag is full, so like that indicates that this is a full unit. Or a full army.
General.
These guys can come up and they can reinforce. I might just have to hire these 2. Okay, I got 2 barbarian mercenaries available, and I might need to just do that for emergency's sake to try to hold this line here. Yeah, that might be what I have to do.
Yes, master.
Not to attack, but just kind of leave, like hire those guys and leave them within reinforcement range. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And what happened? What's going on? Wait, what? What happened? Where's that Gallic? Where did that Gallic army go?
Sir.
Did they just like hide in a forest as well? They couldn't have gone back this way, would they? Because they would have like ran into my 2 town watch units. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit interesting. Well, let's just bring you over here
Move out.
to blockade the port, and then
Orders.
kind of want you to scout for me.
Forward. Ambush in place. Move out. No more movement.
Okay, so they're not in those trees. Okay. I don't know. Alright, well I don't want to hire the mercenaries down here. But I do want to, you know, keep an eye on those Spanish. Gosh, where would they have gone? I'm not just like missing them, am I? They're not just... Did they like scoot around past the Spanish and just come down like through their territories? Are they allied? Are they allied? Yeah, they are allied with Spain. Yeah, of course they are, right? So maybe they did just kind of scoot through their territory. Maybe, I don't know. They're not, yeah, they're not up here anywhere. God, that's so weird. All right, well, you're just gonna,
Orders.
This mission will be successful as long as you are fine there. Actually, can they like kick me out during the end turn and have that cancel the mission, the Senate mission? I think so, actually, because I had it where earlier I was blockading Corinth, And I felt like, oh, hey, there we go. You saw the lines, the little blockade going up, and you're like, perfect, great. And then Corinth fell to the Brudii during that end turn, and then I had that mission. It wasn't failed, but the mission was like canceled because, you know, that no longer belonged to an enemy faction. So it does seem like during the end turns, these sorts of things can happen. So like if the Gulls do attack this little town watch unit, then yeah, perhaps they can just make me fail the mission, which makes me think that maybe I should get close enough to protect him. Oh, yep, there he... Wow, how? How did that happen? That's so bizarre. He, like... What? Those town watch were like...
Orders.
How do you put an ambush right next to my ambush? That is so weird. That's so weird. Alright, can we attack them now? Yes, we can. Alright. So, the numbers are very close, but I would imagine... my army is good enough to beat this. They do have decent experience on their troops. Let's see, skirmishers, warbands, mercenaries. Balearics are good. They're a very good slinger unit. And then the cav though seems a little bit weak, but my cav is also very weak. One unit of Roman cavalry and then one general himself. War dogs, 2 units of war dogs, some Spanish mercenaries. Yeah, I would say, what's the terrain look like? It's in wintertime in the forest, so they should be getting it, they will be getting an advantage from fighting in the snow. I do have a 3-star general though, they do not have a starred general, so... yeah, let's go fight this one.
Our enemies await. It would be rude to keep them waiting. So let us see how they like good Roman steel. Today we go into battle against the Gauls. Warriors both worthy and brave in equal measure. They stand alone. No friend has come to this place to die for them. Does this not say something about their honor? They're standing among nations? They have been brought to the battlefield by mewling infants instead of leaders. There is no advantage in numbers to either side. Therefore, skill and courage will be the keys to this day's battle. Yet, for all that, we are the stronger within ourselves. We are the greater warriors. They will undoubtedly skulk in the woods and hope to ambush some of us. The enemy deserve no better than to be shot down. Let us do this and conserve our strength.
Okay, sounds good.
By this time tomorrow, our sword arms will ache from overuse!
Indeed. Alright, so I like the weather, how it is. I will be relying on archers, so let's just start the deployment. But before we start the deployment, I mean, this is like my first time using a few of these units here, so let's check them out, eh? Let's see, Light Auxilia, yep, looking pretty fancy. Looking pretty dope. And what do we have? The archer, these are the basic archers? Archer Auxilia, yeah, that's right, yep. Looking pretty cool. And we've seen the Auxilia before, but then we have the early legionary cohorts. Yeah, look at these guys, pretty awesome looking. I don't know how much of a difference they look between the early legionary cohorts and the actual legionary cohorts. These guys look pretty official to me. So yeah, that's exciting. They have those nice little rectangle shields. So not a full army by any means. It's a little bit weak on the cav side. Yeah, just going to be relying on my own Roman cavalry and my general's bodyguard to hold it down. Hopefully, so like, yeah, interesting map how there's a lot of forest, but then also a lot of open ground. So hopefully the enemy doesn't know what's good for them and they don't fight in the forest. But yeah, if they do, they will be receiving a bonus for that as well. I'm going to line up out here as if, you know, I get lucky, but if not, we can just turn around and face them. My Archer Auxilia does have the long range, so we should be able to force them out of the forest if we have to, maybe. This is very much not an ideal army comp for me. No, it is not. I mean, if y'all didn't like my army formations because they were too narrow, you're really not going to like this, because in this case, I don't have any reserve infantry to protect my archers in case of a outflanking attempt. I feel pretty comfortable with it if I do have those units that are available to, you know, protect the sides of these armies and keep the archers in the pocket, like sort of a quarterback in football. But yeah, in this case, the only units that I have that can really come out and protect the flanks are my cavalry, which hopefully can do the job. And they're mostly going to be in the forest here, so let's sort of do one of these. And okay, they might be coming out to fight me. And yeah, they are going pretty wide with their lines here. Let's see here. I'm almost tempted to sort of... Let's see. We have Cav here. I'm almost tempted to kind of go here and then here with my vanguard, and then come up with my early legionary cohorts like that, and then archers like this, and then Cav, you guys come up as well, and just do sort of like a refused flank action here. So like have, yeah, you guys go here, and yeah, if they want to, let's go, you guys can start running actually, that'd be fan-freaking-tastic. And if you guys want to go back, that'd be great. You guys go back here, you guys go back here, here, and then Cav come out to assist against these barbarian cavalry. And yeah, we got spears and Cav, there we go, we'll destroy them. And we got barbarian mercenaries coming up as well, awesome. So skirmish warband, so we got them. Turn around and get them, please, there you go. And let's see, there you go. And barbarian mercenaries, yeah, we can charge them as well. And then let's get my auxilia out here again, and then my light auxilia can go out here. And do we want to keep chasing for now? Keep hitting, yeah, get rid of as many of them as you can. Alright, now get back. Now get back, that'd be great. Proud of you guys, good job. Archers can... Let's see, archers are shooting. Wow, I'm not used to this range. This range is crazy, that's awesome. Alright, swordsmen are coming in. They should be hit by Pila fairly shortly. And let's see, barbarian mercenaries coming in as well. Alright, so let's just keep the light auxilia behind. If they're going to keep being aggressive without me needing to bait them with my light auxilia, that's fine. And then, let's see, Roman cavalry move up here to get a flanking. Yep, just charge them. Perfect, awesome. And then here, my general. Alright, let's go here with my early legionary cohorts. And general can move up to plug the gap. And let's run down here and run them down. And yeah, my general can push, and then my, let's see, you guys can push as well. And auxilia can keep up. Actually, have my light auxilia chase these guys. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I should have pushed up faster, in fact. Let's see. Alright, general can chill out. Back here, please. And how are we looking on casualties? We're looking at 50%, so we should... I want to kill them, so if I have to push, maybe I can break them. I don't really want them to get away. I do not. And are my light auxilia going to catch these guys? They should. They should. So yeah, let's punch into the back of these units. Hopefully we can get some good breaks. Hopefully they don't turn around and fight me. So there's a good punch. And let's turn around here and try to help out. And try to break them. If I need to get my guy back, let's get him back. And then let's get a charge in here. There we go. That's a break. On one of those units, that's a break. And let's try to get my general back. You guys keep chasing here. And then you chase here. And keep get these guys. Get these guys, please. Please, please, please. Your light auxilia, you can do this. And where did my general's bodyguard go? He's up here, okay. And you gotta keep killing. How are we at? 67%. I don't know if we're gonna get there. Why aren't you killing faster? Yeah, please kill faster. Kill faster, please. Alright, come up here. So Light Auxilia is now running down Barbarian Mercenaries. And yeah, they're getting off the red line. And continue the battle for now.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear and now they flee.
Where are we at? 74%. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get it. You might... Yay.
Is ours.
Well, we only did get 78% of them, so that's not enough. That's unfortunate. Yeah, they got 44 kills. We got 801. So it's a fine result. It is, but it would have been nice to get rid of that army. We are going to have to fight them again.
Victory!
Where do they go? So they... yeah, that's... See, they went to, like, the place where I didn't want them to go.
Imperator!
Can I get them?
Attack!
I cannot. But from here, if they wanted to perhaps push my town watch off of their blockade, then my guys should be pulled into that fight, and we should be able to maintain that blockade, I think, is my thinking here. What can I train here? Spanish mercenaries, Balearics, and Barbarian mercenaries? That's a good catch, I feel like. That's tempting. Do these guys, they do throw weapons. They're kind of like a Saudi, are they not? Kind of, maybe? Was it 7, 11, and 12? Is their stats? I got some Hastati around here somewhere.
Sir!
10, 14, and 17. Okay, so they're worse than Hastati by a fair margin. Huh. Hopefully this is okay. And in the meantime, yeah, that Spanish army is just going to continue to look menacing. Well, I'm going to have a pretty haggard little force here in this fort. And then I do have these guys that can continue up. So is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Is that all this army needs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one more unit. Is it going to be a unit of cavalry, perhaps? Is that what I'm missing? 1, 2, cav.
General!
3. Yeah, I guess that's one more unit of cav. Yep. So that's you. So you guys come down.
Moves depleted, sir!
And then these guys are going to be the new army. This is the foundation of the new army that's going to be garrisoning Lugdunum.
Sir!
Okay. So you guys continue your way up.
Onward!
And it's going to be a while, but we're going to need you.
Sir!
You hang out as, like, wherever you can to try to make sure that you are reinforcing this army.
Onward!
Like, is that going to be a reinforcement? I hope so. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Yeah, hopefully they're going to be reinforcing. I guess we'll see. I don't see any chariots in this army. Doesn't mean they're not there. And same with them. And then same with them. Okay. Let's make sure we drop a save. And let's check this out. So we're sitting on 4,171. Okay, that feels okay. A worthy life ends. So this is my diplomat. And where was he? He was up here. Okay, he was just saying hello to the Germans. Yeah, I can't really afford agents right now. I'm losing them. They're dying of old age, and I'm losing. Like, I had my... Oh, God. Dacians. Don't do it, Dacians. Don't even look at me. But yeah, I had a spy keeping an eye on this area over here, and I haven't been able to replace him thus far. What do we got? So Shrine to Ceres is finished here at Lemonum, and then recruitment. Yes, yes. Ceasefire between the Germans and the House of Scipii. Okay, Scipii, hello. Path blocked. Decius Julius, your path was blocked?
Sir!
That was... Oh, that was him. Okay, yeah. It sure was blocked, wasn't it? Trait increase. Confident commander for Decius Julius. Oh, perfect. So you are, what, 4 stars now?
General!
Wonderful. Okay, yeah, that's okay. So let's continue to get these guys marching over. I guess they can hang out in Massilia for now.
Out of move, sir.
Make it a bit happier. Not you, I guess. You don't really need to go in there, and you can't reach anyway. So I suppose you just keep on making your way.
Out of move, sir. General.
Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, we got some pirate boats. Scary stuff. Don't like that. I feel like I've been pretty fortunate on my like western part of the Mediterranean when it comes to pirates and not having to face them. Unlike in the eastern Mediterranean, or the Adriatic to be more specific. That was just a nightmare. Yeah, I'm glad that Brudi have finally taken over all these Greek settlements, because now the Senate's not sending me on these blockade missions. That was just like destroying my navies. Oh, that was so bad. Gotta have like, yeah, one quinquereme left over from that. Just a nightmare. Well, what to do with my money? Well, just out of desperation, I think I do need to hire these 2 barbarian mercenaries. It doesn't feel good, but I'm going to try to hold this up here if I can.
General.
And that's interesting. So that is, oh man, that's so weird. Interesting. Yeah, so that was the same 2 barbarian mercenaries that were also available down here. Yeah, I know. Like, I initially had thought that the mercenaries were sort of like available per region, and like specifically like by province. Therefore, I thought that if you kind of crossed over the border, you can kind of get different mercenaries. And that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like mercenary pools seem to be shared by like various different provinces. And I don't know exactly how that works. Obviously, like I get like there's different regions of the world that have different types of mercenaries. But the fact that there's kind of like a similar pool between shared neighboring provinces is interesting. But then like over here, for instance, I had access to, okay, maybe not like this province, but over here I had access to like more stuff. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but I'm sure I'll learn more about it over time. So that's that spend. Doesn't feel good, but there you go. So I guess just, yeah, I gotta keep cracking on. I gotta get this second army out there. So let's go there, there, and there. That's gonna be the foundation of the next army that's gonna be hanging out here in Lugdunum. And then what? What's next? So the Proconsul's Palace is almost finished here in Arretium. Quite frankly, I probably should just spend the money on... Let's see, I can't lower taxes here anymore. No rioting happened here in Patavium. Interesting. I wonder if 70%, even though it's a red face, like, I wonder if 70% is just fine enough. That's interesting. I thought that this is where rioting happened, is, you know, when you see the red face, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, I don't... Maybe it happens at 65%? And this is just like the warning, you know, like, oh, 70%, it's bad. So can I, like, if I recruit people here, is that going to make them happier? No, it's not. What about peasants? No, that didn't do anything either. No. It could still, actually, what's the garrison percentage here in Patavium? It's only 30%, so yeah, getting more peasants or troops, you know, in there, which I could do with this army. That is an option, although the fact that the Dacians are right here is making me nervous. Let's see, Town Watch, and it's like nothing. It's barbarian peasants and what else? I don't know. Interesting. I mean, it's just, if it's just those, like, you know, if it's just like 2 units, I really don't need much to watch these northern territories. So I could just bring down something else, right? Like I could bring down, oh, I don't know, archers, do, and then do that and that. And then have you guys in Batavium. And is that not enough? Okay. This is only 30%? Wait a minute, what's going on here? I thought it said that the garrison's 30%. That indicates that there is room for improvement in that regard. Okay. So let's get my biggest units, like you, and then you, and then you. Okay, I only have room for 2 of you. So you go, and then you go. Okay, we're just over the cusp. That's gotten us a little bit better. You can start making your way back up. And then, yeah, you kind of make your way back up as well. Can we lower taxes here? Yes, we can. So that's going to be fine. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're just always on the edge here in this campaign. Just always on the flippin' edge. But with my remaining army, I think it is time now to get some more troops here. So I can afford you, and then what else can I afford? I could afford you, or I could afford you. But I can't afford both. The fact that I can get the Roman cavalry out west, but I cannot get the archer auxilia out west. So let's get some archers instead. And then with my remaining 193 denarii, let's actually get some more peasants here in Mediolanium. Yeah. At the very least, like, even if Mediolanium doesn't need them, then maybe I can send them onto Batavium. Well, you know, later on, like once... I'm assuming at some point I'm going to need these soldiers to go back up north at some time.
General.
Yeah. Yeah, things are precarious, aren't they not? As long as I can complete this Senate mission, I will be getting at least 1,000 denarii from that. So let's drop a save and let's end another turn here. And let's hope that we can successfully complete that. If that Gallic army started boots my town watch, I'm going to be a sad, sad con. Wait, what happened here? Captain Cassius, who got bribed? So, just one of my, like, units. But who was this? This was one of my dudes that was hanging outside of Batavium, got bribed by the Germans. Dude. Who was it? So not my archers. My archers got trained up and they are here. But someone else got bribed. It was it a unit of archers? Who was it? I wish it kind of like showed you more exactly. Offer a handful of, yeah, I'm a little bit confused by that because the troops that I couldn't put inside of Batavium I had sent back up. There were some guys that were bribed by, not by the Germans, but the freaking Spanish. That's what happened. Okay. Yeah, there were a couple of units that were heading their way back up, and they're the ones that got bribed. Damn. Like, those sneaky diplomats. And I still don't have any assassins to, like, counter that. Anyway, alright. My next mission is to blockade Aska, and that's you. I have boats that are right here that can get there literally in a turn. It's just a bireme, but let's see. Where are those pirates? Where they go? I'm not seeing them. Yeah, I wish I could combine these fleets. I was told that I could, so you know, there must be a way, and I must be just being a real dum-dum. So let's just bring you right down, I guess. I mean, yeah, 1,000 denarii for blockading Demantia. That's awesome. Let's see, 4,700. Yep, feels good. Senate offices assigned. Awesome. So Decius Julius got Pontifex Maximus. No shit. Wow, I didn't think that you had it in you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at one point I was really looking down on you, and now I'm like, oh, you the shit, eh? +5 influence. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Decius Julius. And then Praetor for Harius Venetianus, and that is you? Oh, the faction leader. Yes, duh. Praetor. That's the +1 management and +2 to law. Okay. Nice. So yeah, and I will be given priority appointment for an office if I get this. Those just got assigned, but still, you know what? I will always take more offices. Yes, got the Proconsul's Palace finished here in Arretium, and then the Massilia has the market. Wonderful. Got some troops trained up, and ceasefire between the Scipii and Germania. Guys. Guys. Come on. Yeah, anyway, alright. Well, this, yeah, let's just like get rid of these guys so that this army can come back out here. And, oh, the Spanish have dipped their little, they've gone back into hiding, eh? That's fun. Well, let's do this one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and smash the Gauls, and they're gonna run away. Oh, should I chase? Should I chase? Should I chase? No, I shouldn't chase. But let's put a fort here.
Fortify position.
And then you guys move out. And then you don't have to blockade. You can just hang out in that fort. And hopefully that's enough to keep that on lock. And then, yeah, you continue to keep an eye on the Spanish. And then, yeah, these forces here are going to be finishing up the army. So you just, like, come out so that you can meet the army en route. And then you as well. Got lower taxes here in Narbo Martius. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's move this boat down right away so we can blockade this right away. Yep, looks like the coast is clear. Looks okay. Okay. Now you continue to make your way up. They who's here? Gallic Assassin. Oh, okay. And then Town Watch. Yeah, I guess I don't need you down here. I suppose you can. Yeah, I suppose you can just make your way up. Okay. And yeah, they didn't attack, so they're just kind of looking like they want to siege me out. Yeah, alright, well, let's go ahead and play that waiting game then. Can I get any closer, or is that not really what I can do here? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know. Yeah, I might have to hope that this is close enough to be able to reinforce this battle if and when it happens. Yeah, they have a lot of forces there. And I can't hire any more mercenaries either, so it's just kind of me on my own. Let's go ahead and merge this army, the units that are inside of it, just so that, you know, the units that are here, I want them to be able to hold. So, yeah, it's not much, but these guys, they're on their way. They're trying to make it. Oh dear. And gosh, I should have probably bought those mercenaries and sent them up as well. But I mean, that would have been so long. It would have taken them forever to get up there. So I don't know. It's hard to say it would have been the right move there. I will say, Servius Julius, you probably don't need to be here in Lebanon. Lebanon probably is going to be a backwater for a very long time, and I'd rather have those extra 22 heavy cavalry up here in Condate Redenum than down here in Lebanon. So let's get that going, and then you. Do I want you in Lugdunum? Because Quintus Julius will be kicking the bucket, in, you know, in sometime soon, I guess.
Sir!
So do I want you there? And then what? Just send my faction leader up to Condate Reddenham by himself? Without an army, basically? And just kind of hope that there's still an army up here to lead by the time he gets there? Oh yeah, I don't know about that. You guys can't get into Lugdunum. Is Alesia still dealing with plague? It looks like they're fine now. Yeah, I feel like defending Lugdunum is still going to be important. That's kind of what my gut tells me. Do I have any town watch here? No, but I have peasants. Let's put these town watch back into Lugdunum so that I can retrain them. Wait, why can't I retrain those guys? Okay, there we go. Retrain them, and then, yes, recruit some more Roman cavalry. And, yeah, I think, gosh, it's hard to say. I think that... I think Lugdunum needs a general. And I think Quintus Julius, I think his days are numbered, perhaps?
Orders?
And then the faction leader, let's see. You, early legionary cohort, make your way up here.
Orders?
Massilia, are you going to be okay without the faction leader? Probably not. No, you're going to be pissed off. Okay, let's lower taxes. Normal. Okay, normal's fine.
Orders?
And, oh god, I don't want to bring him up there all by himself, but especially there's an assassin floating around. God damn. I mean, I know faction leaders have, like, pretty decent natural protection from assassins, so there's that, I guess. Well, this isn't a good idea, but
Orders?
it's an idea. I could bring the remnants of this crappy army that was defending this territory down here, along with just these absolute bottom of the barrel scraps here in Narbo Martius. And those units themselves can sort of also go with the faction leader and make their way up to Condate Reddenham. Like really just throwing the scraps up here just to see if I can hold it for as long as possible. Oh dear, I don't know. I don't know. What is that, 3.5 armies up here? God damn, guys. Oh man. Maybe it'll be okay. We don't know. After putting in training orders for all of my units here in Massilia, Lugdunum, and Narbo Martius, I have 2,900 denarii left over, and it's so tempting to put that into more soldiers, but I think that this is where I sort of have to straddle that fine line, and I do need to put some more money back into my economy. And the highways, I can afford them. I can afford them here in Massilia, and that would be getting me an extra like 120-ish of money. So that's a decent little bump, and of course that will be increasing the speed at which my units can move through this territory. And this has been like my highway, right, for my units when my navies have been busy. So there is value there, getting this highways going, and then when this archery range is finished here in Narbo Martius, I can get a highway going there as well. So I do have some money left to spend on soldiers. I don't think I can afford any early legionary cohorts. Auxilia, yes, that is an option. Roman cavalry is an option, and then the archers are also an option. Let's see, I'm a little bit nervous up here with Nipplebats bribing up my armies, and the fact that I don't have a general leading this army. Let's see, 1 turn left for this public bath to be finished. How's public order here? Like, are we 75%? So, like, really bottom of the barrel kind of deal. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Do I... See, I don't want this Archer Auxilia to be bribed now, you know? Like, I want him... But there's no more room left in this settlement, so... You, like, do you have any... You're not gonna be, like, easy to bribe, are you? Let's see, I'm not seeing... 100% increase to cost of bribe. Oh, dude, you... I just want to make sure I read that right. Yeah, publicly loyal. Okay, yeah, you are my guy. So you... Can you... Okay, hey, the Batavium's still fine. They are still fine. Okay. I will take that. So you make it so that no one bribes my gosh darn Archer Auxilia here. And now I have a slot left so I can train up another unit of Archer Auxilia. Perfect. Perfect. Now I do have to worry about this army being bribed, but the fact that it's like a little bit bigger would indicate that, like, you know, you would really have to have some money to be able to bribe this, I would assume. I guess it would be safer to put it inside of the settlement itself, because then it would cost even more money, would be my assumption. So I guess let's do that, and then I can bump up taxes a little bit here and even them. Okay. That makes me feel just a little bit better. And now I have enough money so that I can train up another unit of peasants here in Mediolanium. Again, I'm just keeping an eye on this so that I can switch those peasants on over to Batavium, like once these soldiers have to move out. That's kind of my forward thinking there. Now, I do really want to play the end of this turn just to see what happens here. I'm a little nervous the Britons are going to fight me. I don't really have the time to fight this battle, but gosh, I'm just so curious. And my curiosity is going to get the better of me, so let's go ahead and end this turn. If this episode ends up going a little bit longer, then so what? Who needs sleep, you know? Famous last words. Okay. So, Batavodorum. I don't even know where the hell is that? What the hell? Oh, come on. I can't get there. There's like a million Britons in between me and them. I don't have any boats. So that's going to be a failed mission. Like, 100%. I can't blockade it by land because, like even if I wanted to, like, get there in time, like, I can't physically get there in time. You know, like, yeah, that's going to be a lost mission there. So, yeah, and that's too bad. That would have been more money too. That's unfortunate. All right, so we did get the this whole Senate office reward for Asuka, so hopefully that pays off eventually. Ooh, the boats are in between me and them. I might have to go out here and then... So I can't... What the hell just happened? Oh, wait, okay, wait a minute. So yeah, I know the person that that gave me the advice to merge my ships. Did you tell me that it just can't happen inside of ports? Is that what you said? Because yeah, there we go. We're merged now. Oh man, you are probably just scratching your eyes out. I don't know. So sorry you had to witness that. Here, there we are. We're fine. We figured out the magic. Oh god. See, sometimes, like, yeah, you would like to think that, you know, we all just learned from people's advice, but sometimes you just have to do the damn thing yourself before you're like, oh yeah, that's right. That's how that works. And yeah, there's like an absolute shit ton of brigands on the map right now. Here we have a bunch of them. They're on a bridge of all places. 4 units of peasants, 1 rebel general, and 2 mystery units. Fun. And then more brigands up here. 1 barbarian peasant, 3 mystery units. And then the Spanish have popped their heads back up. And then saw some more brigands over here. 3 mystery units. Okay. So we have some brigands to deal with, that's for sure. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit annoying. All right. Let's see. So sitting down 2,600. Ugh, that's rough. That is rough. Okay. Agent found in Gaul. Lugdunum. Yep, he is right there. It's fun. Don't get to do anything about that. No assassins. Can't do anything about it. And let's see. Who is this? Decius Curtius, spy, has died of old age. He was hanging out up here. Just another part of the map has gone dark, folks. Pretty scary stuff. And Titus Marina, he has gained the Oracle, which is going to be +1 influence, +1 command, and then +1 management. That's cool. I wonder why you got that. Just kind of hanging out in this army. You're not even like in first in command, you know? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Stuff built up. Patavium has the public baths. Hooray! People can finally take a bath. And Narba Martius finally has the archery range. That is big. That's big. Yeah, that's a real power boost for my Western theater of war. And yes, there we go. Things are right again. The Scipii and the SPQR have declared war against the Germans. Wait, what? No, the Scipii have declared war against the Germans. The Senate has declared a ceasefire with the Germans. Oh, yeah, interesting how that works. Well, this army is now free to kind of keep an eye on the Spanish and these armies. This guys, let's just do it. Let's just do the damn thing, so that I don't have to keep imagining. Do I want to like put them in ambush? Maybe.
March! Out of move, sir. Imperator.
And then you guys come up there. And that's, wait a minute, what am I missing? Why am I missing something? Let's see, 4, 3. I'm missing an auxilia, aren't I? Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I want... What I want is 1 less archer and then 2 more auxilia. And maybe if I were to take Stalhansky's advice, I could get rid of 1 of my light auxilia and then put in a 3rd auxilia so that I can have efficient or proficient reserves. So we're not quite there. It's this close. I mean, obviously this is good enough to, you know, beat stuff, but for my standards, I want a little bit more. Yeah, I just want a little bit more action here, a little bit more juice. So the good news is I can put this Archer Auxilia to better use or different use to bring them over to Lugdunum, perhaps. And then, like, this Auxilia can start making their way. Oh, no, they can't. They have to fight this. Oh, okay, fine. I'll deal with that later. I'm going to have to bring down my Lugdunum army. Dude, it's going to have to come down and fight this bridge battle. Gosh, we don't even have any freaking archers here. God damn. So we have to fight a bridge battle without archers? Yeesh.
General.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that one. And then up here, I guess this army can at least fight these brigands, so they will be dealt with shortly. This is scary though, because they're just gonna try to wait out my garrison here. And I'm going to have to sally out and fight this. And I'm hoping that these guys are going to be in reinforcement range. I guess they could be the ones that attack, and then they would draw in them as a sally out. I think that's how that works. I would really hope so, at least. My goodness. And yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I think that's my best chance of saving the situation. I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Ooh, yes, he's also in range. Perfect. Awesome. So he could also potentially reinforce in this battle as well. So that would be welcome. Maybe even like merging over a town watch and just having an extra, you know, town watch unit or 2, maybe like 1.5 town watch units to bring it over to this fight. Because just like I know it's like one thing at a time here, but just beating back another unit or another army of Britons can potentially save me a bit more time again, because if they want to restart their siege, that would give me another 3 turns. So, you know, winning this, beating this, it's just every little bit helps here. So in any case though, that is all gonna have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Conasip playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.